Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture number 6 of unit number 1 matrices. In this lecture, we'll start the next content of the unit number 1, that is consistency of system of linear equations. Okay, so before having discussion on consistency of system of linear equations, we'll initially see what do we mean by system of linear equations, and along with that some definitions we'll discuss, and then we'll discuss on the consistency of a system of linear equations. Okay, so very first, what do we mean by a system of linear equations? A system of m linear equations in n unknowns x1 comma x2 dot up to xn is represented by. So here we have considered one system of linear equations with n unknowns and total number of equations m. It can be represented in this form: a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus dot plus a1n xn equal to b1. This is the first equation. Second equation, a21 x1 a22 x2 a2n xn b2, and the equation number m, am1 x1 plus am2 x2 plus dot plus amn xn equal to bm. So such a set of equations can be called as a system of m linear equations. Why they are called as linear? Because all the unknowns are appear in the degree 1. x1 x2 xn are the unknowns of that system. Whenever they appear in the degree 1, that equation called as linear, and we are having set of equations. Okay, that's why it can be called as system of linear equations. Now we here, as we are in the matrices, so we are going to see the matrix method to get the solution of this type of linear equations. So in matrix form, we can write this m equations in n unknowns in matrix form by using the notation ax equal to b. Okay, this entire equations we have written in the short compact form using the matrix notation capital A x equal to b, where capital A is some matrix, x is also some matrix, and b is also some matrix. The product of a and x is result in b. Okay, now where the value of a is, it is the a11 a12 a1n, okay, up to am1 am2 amn. It is a m by n matrix. It is called coefficient matrix of order m by n. As it is a coefficient matrix, it means it is obtained from the coefficients of these equations. So whatever unknowns in every equation, every unknown has some coefficients, starting from first equation a11 a12. These coefficients of the unknowns, when you write in the matrix, that matrix can be called as a coefficient matrix of order, and the order of this matrix is m by n, because we have m equations and n rows we have. Okay, sorry, n columns we have, because we have m equations, so m rows will be there, and n columns means we are, as we are having n unknowns. Okay, and capital X is the matrix of unknowns. There are n unknowns x1 x2 up to xn, that we have written in the form of column vector x1 x2 xn. Its order is n by 1 and its order is m by n. So we can multiply a with x, because the number of columns of the matrix A is same as the number of rows of x. Hence we can have the multiplication, and when we will multiply a with x, the resulting matrix will be of order m by 1, that is your matrix B. Okay, and this matrix X is called as matrix of unknowns, and matrix B is the matrix of constants matrix b1 b2 bm. These constants are on the right hand side of the system. Okay, so whenever we have some system of in front of us of system of linear equations, that we can write in the matrix form, and every matrix you can write from that a x b, okay, from the given system. So this is how we can write our system of linear equation in matrix form. Okay, after this, one definition we are going to see: the matrix A colon B can be denoted by A comma B, also parenthesis. Both notations means you can use one of the notation. The matrix A comma B, how we are forming it? We are adding in matrix A one more column, that is B, and this is the line of separation. From this you can separate the matrix A from this. Means if you want to see the matrix A, just hide this column, you will get the matrix A there. Okay, and if you just remove this dotted line, whatever matrix you will have, that matrix is matrix A comma B. Means we have added one column B in the matrix A. Okay, and such a matrix is called the augmented, or you can say extended. The meaning of augmented is extended, augmented matrix of the given system of linear equations. Okay, means every system of linear equations will have one augmented matrix. So how we can form that? Take a coefficient matrix, add in that constant matrix as a column, and the new matrix you'll get, that matrix will be augmented matrix, okay, of the given system of linear equations. And this augmented matrix plays very important role in solving the system of linear equations. Okay, now after this, two more definitions: non-homogeneous and homogeneous system. For Ax equal to b, this is our given system. If b is not equal to 0, b is what? Matrix. If you are non-zero matrix, not equal to 0 means non-zero matrix. So when the matrix will be non-zero, if some of the entry, if at least one entry of that matrix is non-zero, if b is non-zero, then the system Ax equal to b is called a non-homogeneous system. And if b is equal to 0 means b is a null matrix, means if the right hand side of the equation is equal to 0 for all the equations, then Ax equal to 0, the equation will become Ax equal to 0. It's called homogeneous system of linear equations. Okay, so this is what the difference between homogeneous and non-homogeneous is. We are going to have examples on both types of system, homogeneous as well as non-homogeneous, and you need to understand whether the given system is homogeneous or non-homogeneous first. Then only you can apply the conditions for, means you can apply the methods of solving the systems. Okay, there are separate methods for both the system, homogeneous and non-homogeneous. Okay, one important note: homogeneous systems are always consistent. Now we are going to start discussion on consistency of the system of linear equations. Homogeneous systems are always consistent, and non-homogeneous systems may or may not be consistent. Okay, means some non-homogeneous systems may be consistent, or some may not be consistent. By consistent system, we mean the solution of that system exists. Okay, so whenever the system of the linear equations will have a solution, that system will be called as a consistent system. Okay, by consistency we mean that the system has solution. And very important thing, homogeneous systems are always consistent, means whenever we'll have in front of us a homogeneous system, it will always have a solution, means there is no need of checking whether it is having solution or not. But whenever you have in front of us non-homogeneous system, you need to check first whether it is consistent or not. And for checking the consistency of a non-homogeneous system, we are having some conditions. That conditions we are going to discuss next. Okay, conditions for consistency of a non-homogeneous system Ax equal to b, where b is not equal to 0. Whenever b equal to not, now we are going to discuss in detail non-homogeneous system first, and then we'll discuss the homogeneous system. So for non-homogeneous system, we need to check the whether it is consistent or not. So condition for consistency for non-homogeneous system, which is denoted by x equal to b, where b is not equal to 0, non-zero matrix. Okay, when the system of linear equations has one or more solutions, okay, then the system is said to be consistent. Otherwise it is inconsistent system. Means whenever the system has some solution, either one solution or more than one solutions, in that case whenever solution will exist, the system can be called as a consistent system, and otherwise it will be called as inconsistent, means no solution exists. Okay, now we are going to discuss the conditions for consistency. This is very important line. The system Ax equal to b, where b is not equal to 0, is consistent if and only if the coefficient matrix A and the augmented matrix A comma b are of the same rank. Okay, means the rank of A has to be equal to rank of A comma b. So every system Ax equal to b, which is non-homogeneous, will have matrix A there, and we can form their augmented matrix A comma b. And when we will calculate the rank of both matrices, the both matrices rank, if we get equal, then that system can be called as consistent system. If we get this rank unequal, in that case that system becomes inconsistent. Okay, means that system does not possesses any solution. So now here we are going to make use of the rank concept. Okay, so this is what the main application of rank is. We can decide the consistency of a non-homogeneous system, whether the system has solution or not. That we can decide from the rank of these two matrices, rank of a coefficient matrix and rank of a augmented matrix. If the rank is equal, then the system is consistent, otherwise inconsistent. Means we need to determine solution only in the case of only for the consistent system. Now when the system will be consistent, the nature of solution for consistent system we are going to discuss. Okay, so whenever you will conclude that the system is consistent, now what type of nature of that solution will be there, whether it is a unique solution or infinitely many solutions, means whether there is one solution or more than one solution, that we are going to discuss from these two, decide from these two cases. If rank of A equal to rank of AB is equal, then it will be consistent. And if that rank is equal to n, where n is number of unknowns, the number of unknowns of the system, then the system has a unique solution. Okay, this is very important line. Whenever whatever rank you will get there of rank of A and rank of AB, that will be, and if that rank is equal to the number of unknowns of that system, given system, then in that case we'll get the unique solution for that system. Unique solution means what? Whatever unknowns you are having, x1, x2, xn, all the unknowns will have only one value, single value. Okay, that is the meaning of a unique solution. And in case number 2, if rank of A equal to rank of A comma B is less than n, that is number of unknowns, so whenever that rank will be less, it cannot be more than n. That is very clear, because we know that property of rank, whenever we have a matrix of order m by n, if the minimum value is the minimum value of the number of rows or columns is the maximum rank. Okay, so when you will take example, you will understand that why it is not, why it is cannot be greater than n. If rank of A equal to rank of A comma B is less than n, that is number of unknowns, then the system in this case has infinitely many solutions. This will have infinitely many solutions of such a system whenever the obtained rank is less than the number of unknowns. Now in this case, n minus r, where r we have taken as the rank of this matrix, n minus r, this difference, in this case this difference, that is n minus r unknowns, called parameters, can be assigned arbitrary values. Okay, so whatever difference you will get of that rank and the number of unknowns and the rank, that many parameters we are going to assign there. That many unknowns we are going to assign by parameter, that is by some arbitrary value. Suppose there are 3 unknowns and the rank is 2, so difference will be 3 minus 2, that is 1. So one variable out of one unknown out of the 3 variables, we are going to assign some arbitrary number, that is t, some parameter we are going to assign to that particular variable. Okay, and after assigning that parameters, the remaining unknowns can be expressed in terms of these parameters. Means the remaining unknowns, the remaining 2 unknowns will obtain the values of remaining 2 unknowns in terms of this parameter. Okay, means all the 3 solutions will appear in the 3 or 2 unknowns will appear in the form of parameter, unknown parameter, and for different values of that parameter t, will have different solutions. That is why in this case we get infinitely many solutions. Only thing you need to understand here for now is, whenever this rank is less than n, in that case you will have infinitely many solutions, and how we are going to get that infinitely many solutions, that we are going to discuss in examples. And this difference also, whatever this difference you will get, the difference between number of unknowns and the rank, that many unknowns of that system we have to assign parameters. Suppose one system is having 3 unknowns x, y, z, and if the rank of this matrix you get as 1, so the difference in that case will be 3 minus 1, that is 2. So in that case 2 unknowns out of x, y, z we can assign the parameters. Okay, means we'll put the z, we'll take the value of z as t, and value of the other variable like x or y we can take as s. So out of 2 variables, as the difference is 2 unknowns, we can assign some parameter, some arbitrary value. Okay, and the third unknown will determine in terms of these 2 parameters. Okay, in that way you can consider this line. Whatever difference you will have there, that many parameters we can assign, that many unknowns we can assign some parameter. Okay, that is arbitrary value. So in that way you are going to get the infinitely many solutions in the case number 2, whenever the rank is less than n. And unique solution whenever the rank is equal to the number of unknowns. So this is what the consistency of a non-homogeneous system is. So for checking consistency, we check this rank whether this is equal or not, and once we decide it is consistent, we need to calculate the solution also. And for calculating solution, that one more thing we have to decide whether the solution is unique or not, whether it is unique or infinitely many. That can be decided from these 2 cases, and after that we can determine the required solution, which is unique or infinitely many. One more thing, when the rank if in some examples you get rank of A not equal to rank of A comma B, that is augmented matrix, then the system is said to be inconsistent, and this such system has no solution. Okay, so whenever we'll get this type of case there, in that case you simply write the system is inconsistent, and as the system is inconsistent, it will have no solution, and if it is if it means if it don't have any solution, then stop there. Okay, now in coming lecture we are going to do examples on non-homogeneous system, so there we'll do the actual examples. So while doing the examples, we need to form their augmented matrix, and we are going to obtain its rank, and from the means we are going to obtain its rank using row echelon form, because the row echelon form only gives us the rank in quick time. Okay, and from the row echelon form of the augmented matrix A comma B, we are going to determine the rank of augmented matrix A comma B as well as of rank of A. So from one matrix only we are going to obtain both the ranks, and we are going to check whether they are equal or not. From that we are going to decide the consistency. So let us see how we are going to do in examples in the next lecture. So that's it from this lecture. Go through all the conditions, all the definitions. Okay, try to understand each and everything, and you can, then only you can understand the examples. So in the coming lecture we'll do the examples. That's it from this lecture. Thank you.